Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another scene set in Odessa Without Crusade Season 2. On this fine evening, we set the scene, once again, the tea house, just off of Cinder Street, named as such for the various perfumes and incenses sold along the road there. This evening, Lady and Harpy Eirene Argiri of Odessa has decided to spend some of her evening at said tea house, not only for the quality of what is served there, but also because she has, pardon?
Reasons.
Also because she has had some disturbing dreams that have given her reason to visit one of the more established regulars there. And that is where we shall begin this scene, as Irene walks into the tea house, where this lovely lady shall see you in.
Walk, 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 curtsy. Because Irene is always polite.
4 steps and a curtsy, got it. She curtsies before you as well, rather overly. She's about as overly polite as you are. Oh, my dear Lady Irene, have you come to peruse our catering for this evening?
It's been so long since I sensed the sweet scents of your teas. I miss the memorable impression that they left on me. I was hoping to have a, if you have a table available, just, it doesn't need to be long.
I always have a table for Odessa's newest harpy.
That is too big of an honor, but I thank you.
Follow me. I shall have you served as soon as I am able.
Please take all the time you need.
If it will produce a finer tea for you, then you can rest assured I will. But yes, we really must talk more.
I should.
If there is any other time that you're available and you simply wish to have a talk, I can always make time in my night.
Well, I would hate for you to have to cancel things on my behalf, but, well, it would be nice to have some simple and pleasant conversations. Most of the conversations I've had lately were sometimes overly complicated and not very pleasant at all.
So much happens in Odessa that it's hard to keep up.
Indeed.
It is nice to slow down sometimes.
Hopefully I will get the opportunity to slow down with you in your company soon.
And I'm sure you'd much rather avoid the politics where you can.
Indeed.
She's somewhat amused by this statement and your response. She kind of gives that a slight. She kind of She kind of giggles at it rather girlishly.
I just realized I haven't hunted, by the way, which I would have done before arriving here.
Go do it.
Let me just quickly roll.
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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yes.
Right. Li Hua leads you up to the second floor of the tea house, upon which there are several other patrons. You see this young lady doing some waitressing. You see this young woman present. You see the ever lovable face of Omar Shadid.
Yay! Omar.
Oh, excuse me. And let's see. Oh, I missed them. Oh, I had it. I did have it. No, I don't. Oh, there you go. And you see Giles.
Okay.
He is having tea with he's having tea and a meal with Omar Shadid.
Mm-hmm. Well, since they are two, I think, highest in rank?
Omar
Not quite
Shadid is
sure.
not even remotely close to being the highest in rank here.
Who's the highest in rank here? Because Irene would greet them first.
No one is of particularly high station here.
Mm,
Have you met this woman before?
no.
Okay, I didn't have no idea who she is. Then Giles is the highest in rank from what you
I'm a
can
bloody
tell.
harpy. How would I not know?
That's a good point. You know she's Statira. She's an my ancestor.
Thank you. Jesus. Like, uh.
Uh-uh.
Uh.
How about you Harpy more then?
Right. Like, really. Anyway, yeah, is anyone really paying attention to Irene, or are they all just like, oh, someone new and continuing on their meal?
Well, some due attention is paid towards you. Mostly when you enter the room, people look at you and nod in sort of acknowledgement of you being met. You are a member of station within the city. So Omar Shadid will stand for you because he's Omar Shadid. He will bow. And Giles, now feeling obligated now that his dinner friend has bowed for you, he will stand up and do the same. Statara looks somewhat amused by the act put on by the two of them and will simply nod at you, but very respectfully. Um,
Irene would nod at Satara and would curtsy first to Omar, whom she'll actually, kind of hold at the hands after curtsying, as you would with, like, a clanmate. And then a more polite, less friendly curtsy to Giles, and she will definitely let him know that, Omar showed more respect than he did.
wow. I mean, true. Also, Amelie kind of does a haphazard bow to you while carrying plates and almost drops them and then hurries back into the kitchen.
I mean, if Irene kind of can, steady one of the plates for her, and then
She's like in the middle of the room, so not really.
okay, Irene will curtsy and then smile friendly at her as well.
She seems happy to see your face.
Sir Omar, Sir Giles, such a pleasure to meet you. I did not expect you here.
Oh, it is my favorite hobby once more. Ah, it is good to see you again, Lady Irene. Ah, me and Giles, we are regulars here. We
Of
absolutely
course.
adore this place.
Mm. It is quite lovely. It's been some time since I've been here. I plan to make up for lost time. Please, I did not mean to interrupt your business, but it is always a pleasure to see you again, Sir Ahmad.
Yes, it is. It is an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. I'm glad to see you patronizing this place once more. It is so underappreciated. The food there is absolutely delicious. I'd recommend for roasted duck.
With such recommendations, I would not want to leave it spoiled.
Giles is like just bridging his nose. He's just rubbing the bridge of his nose.
So, Giles, how have your nights been?
They have been ever since the contest over the season. They have been quite quiet actually.
Yes, I
A
see.
welcome, a welcome, a welcome reprieve.
Really?
Hmm.
One would expect from someone with the ambition of becoming keeper that the silence is not necessarily something that would bring peace to his mind.
Well, your clanmate does keep me busy.
This is true. Where there is Omar, there is usually not a lot of silence, but a lot of happy smiles, though.
You do aim to please. Thank you. You praise me too much.
Omar, the highest praise isn't high enough for you.
Oh, he clutches his chest. If I could swoon. Yes, well,
Yes, I will not interrupt you any further. My apologies.
of course. And likewise, have a pleasant evening, my harpy. I hope you enjoy your evening here. You are, as the good Omar Shadid says, Liwa does a fantastic job keeping this place up to standard.
Indeed. Thank you for your time. And Irene will curtsy and yeah, probably we'll just move to like an empty table or something.
And you go to sit down, and Liwa approaches you and asks what you would like, if you'd like tea or a meal or...
I would like. I would not need a lot, but if you could bring me your most fragrant tea. Just a little bit. I wouldn't want to waste it.
Nothing goes to waste here. You need not worry.
Mm.
But I shall find you our strongest tea.
Thank you.
She will wander off. And during the couple minutes that follows, she goes looking for tea. Someone else enters the establishment.
It's a face I recognize.
You should definitely recognize this face
Mm-hmm.
as the Ravnos Primogen,
Yeah.
Samira Basu. Again, gets a lot of respectful, like everybody kind of stops to acknowledge her, similar to yourself, and gives the appropriate nods and bows.
Yeah, Irene will
Um,
definitely stand up and curtsy.
Yep. And hey, Garls is actually on hand to do it properly this time.
Huh.
Lesson learned. And so does Omar Shadid. Omar Shadid actually does it much more slowly than Garls.
Oh.
He stands up like a good 3 seconds later. And yes, so there is a sort of... And even Statira will stand for the Ravnos Primogen, seeing that everybody else is doing it, and now there is peer pressure. Goddamn harpies. And the Ravnos Primogen just kind of nods to each of them, and you. She starts with you, because you stood up first.
I mean,
She
I will
will...
always stand up, so, you know.
And then everybody begins to sit back down.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of nods, and she begins heading towards your table.
In that case, Irene will remain standing.
May I have a seat with you, my good harpy?
If you so desire, my dear Primogen, please. I would be honored.
My thanks. She sits.
Mm-hmm. Irene will sit after her.
She sits on the just to your right, so not to your opposite.
Okay.
How have you been finding this evening?
More as a player is trying to come up with the right words.
Don't worry, the Ravnos Primogen is very patient.
Irene's player is not. More unexpected as I expected. She'll finally say with like a smile.
Unexpected.
Yes. Really something that I should by now be expecting within the city, but the knights keep finding ways to amaze me.
It is a very popular turn of phrase, from what I am told.
Indeed. And then now I'm curious as well.
Oh, curious how.
As to whoever else is using those phrases.
Oh, well. I can only imagine the mortals had something to do with it being so popular. Their culture tends to bleed into ours.
Mm. Quite possibly.
But I must say I have been having quite the unexpected series of evenings as well. I would say curious, but I am always curious.
Really?
Oh yes, really. Does it shock you to hear I call myself curious?
I am not sure. I think many of those in a position in court have certain ideals that they wish to go by. Curiosity amongst our kind, as I've been led to believe, is not necessarily the most amendable of traits.
It's never been particularly safe for mortals or canines. But
Hmm,
then again, that is part of the appeal, as I'm sure you're aware.
I suppose so. Then allow me to satisfy my curiosity and ask about yours.
Well, there is a lot that has been making me curious these nights. Why, just a night ago I was approached by the sheriff himself,
The sheriff, even.
asking me for help in an investigation.
Well, the sheriff does lead a busy life. I am sure he has multiple investigations going. Anything in particular?
Yes, his most recent one, I believe, the breach into Abdul's domain. Wished for my insight on the matter. I must say he was quite wise to come to me. Not to tout my own abilities, as that is not what made his course of action wise.
Hmm. And what did?
He knows the various angles of the court and various its various inhabitants.
I see. Well,
He does not necessarily know ours, but he also knows that means we can strike from an angle unforeseen.
I was about to say, if you were as clear to him as you were to me just now, I am afraid that he might not have found it very useful. I know the sheriff to be a very pragmatic man who wants clear answers and not the riddles that tend to come from those who see more than they can sometimes tell others.
And that is because I tease you, Irene.
Oh, I'm aware of that. But outright stating that would be an insult if I were to do that. Whereas when you admit it, it is a prank.
But pranks and insults are not mutually exclusive, Irene.
No, they are not, but how one is perceived is. I would not want to insult you, but you can surely prank me.
Irene, I don't think you're capable of insulting me.
I think everyone is capable of insulting everyone. It is my job to make sure that I will not insult anyone, unless I want to.
And as such, you cannot. But Yes, I have an accord with the sheriff on this matter.
Well, the sheriff must do what he must. His job is one that I do not envy.
No, his job is mired in the perils of politics. Far more dangerous than the lurking evils moving in the background, I must say.
Aren't there always lurking evils?
Yes, often we are those evils. But again, I don't think you're capable of being one.
I try very hard not to.
Leafwell sets down some tea for you both.
Irene will take her time to grab a cup and just smell it. Just kind of letting that sensation like trickle through her mind, just, absorbing all the different scents.
The Primogen just watches for a few seconds. I can only imagine how nostalgic that must be.
It has been some time that I've tasted tea as well as this one smells.
Often, one's sensations are strongest when they're furthest removed from them. She sips at her tea.
Quite possibly, but then again, I think for me it's not been such a long journey as for most of the people in this room, so I should be grateful that the memory of tea is so fresh on my mind.
Ah, yes. Now that provokes some nostalgia. But
Does it?
perhaps, hmm, but perhaps we should focus less on our past and more on our future.
Well, aren't future and pasts connected?
Yes, as I'm sure you've most recently seen.
Irene would just sort of look up and simply nods. I presume I'm not the only one then.
Oh no, not the only one.
Mm.
We may be solitary creatures, Irene, but we are never truly alone.
No?
There is always someone out there that understands you.
Mm. There are some out there that understand aspects of us, but I doubt if anyone truly understands someone else entirely.
I must disagree. I find that those who understand each other are often drawn to each other.
I see. Luckily, I do not believe there are any facts to this conversation, merely opinions. So you can have yours and I can have mine.
She smiles.
Yeah, Irene returns the smile.
Then perhaps you are not seeing enough. But I understand.
I did not understand what you said first, sorry.
Oh, she says, then perhaps you aren't seeing enough, but I understand. She says, seeing far enough, I should say.
I have no doubt that there are those with a greater understanding than mine. And Irene will nod in acknowledgement, like towards the Primogen.
Then tell me, what have you seen recently?
A city in rubble. Ruined. And from underneath it, a scream and hands, black hands that reached out.
Something long dead.
Something of the past, indeed.
From a forgotten time of a forgotten crime, now trying to claw its way back to the surface.
Do you know the crime?
The crime, yes, its victims, they are clouded to me. The town, I think I know, which may lead us to its victims. Odessa is surrounded by the ruins of the past, but there is one. A good night's travel from here. A town in rubble.
A visit to that town sounds interesting. Could you perhaps enlighten me with a little bit more detail to its location?
It is to the southwest of Odessa.
Hmm.
An old place, largely forgotten by history, remembered by only a few.
I see. Thank you.
You are welcome. I hope you find what you are looking for, Irene.
I hope so too. I have the feeling so far that with every answer I find, there are 10 more questions.
That is the nature of the world.
So they say.
One thread of wire affects a dozen more. It is the world's way of protecting you.
Of what? Boredom.
The value of truth is often measured in how many lies are used to hide it.
Hmm.
And deceit is much a guardian as it is a sword. One cannot know all things without faltering.
So they say.
One cannot unravel all threads without unraveling themselves simultaneously. Truth is woven into lies so that we may know what we need to. And may uncover what is hidden when it is necessary. One need only look at the clan of Malkav to see what happens to those who know everything.
Hmm.
And then, well, the result is the same as knowing nothing at all. The world's way of balancing itself.
Interesting. Still, I would like to know at least a little bit more.
That is always the catch, Irene. One must always tug just a little bit harder. What it comes down to is knowing when and how. But that is not all you saw, did you?
Perhaps not.
Very much not.
Have you seen more than I as well?
Well, that's not the question I asked. After all, I too would like to know a little bit more. Maybe
Irene,
about what you've seen. Maybe about you.
I am not that noteworthy. As Irene's eyes kind of follow Amelie.
You understand me and my clan well to speak such words.
I will take that compliment.
She's haphazardly serving people. And when she is not dead quiet, she is rambling.
Irene will just kind of smile and watch, and at some point will ask, "So, how has she been adjusting?"
Well, although recent events may have caused her to withdraw somewhat, I'm not sure if you heard about what's occurred within Elysium.
I'm afraid I have not. Something bad happened.
Upon attempting to leave, it appears the Keeper attempted to imprison Amelie within the walls of Elysium.
I see. This is interesting. Why? Did he state a reason?
Apparently he believed spirits had been angered and needed to be appeased, and then I'm unsure as to whether he ordered or requested, as many Cainites did not answer his call, to show some sort of sacrifice to these spirits.
Interesting.
But nothing occurred one way or the other.
Well, that is good. I wonder what his reasoning was. I might be, as you call it, curious enough to ask him about it.
Yes. Although I do know the answer will be as sad as it is ignorant.
Quite likely.
This was the first time Amelie had showed her face to the court. I had hoped that it would be productive, as Elysium is a place where one is meant to feel safe and secure. But I believe such promises, such pretenses were betrayed at Elysium.
Hmm. Well, perhaps I can help with this, if so desired, of course.
What would you suggest, my Harpy?
Hmm. I would need to talk to the keeper first to understand why, even if it is pretentious or on the false information that he tried to keep her from leaving. I'm quite sure he would have had some reason, and, well, despite the fact that I do not see her quite often, I consider her, Amelie, a friend.
She is skittish and improper, but kind-hearted. From all that I have gathered from the evening, nothing occurred that would have given the Keeper true cause to keep her imprisoned, let alone the rest of the court present.
Hmm.
After all, he barred the doors on everyone there.
Quite interesting.
Needless to say, I would not be comfortable bringing myself, Amelie, or any of my clanmates to Elysium if I were to understand that it is acceptable to imprison those within it.
And the prince has not spoken against this or in favor.
She has yet to make a statement on it.
Interesting.
Granted, I am in no danger within the boundaries of Elysium, but I would not wish to take the same risk of saying that is true of my clanmates as well.
I understand. Well, as far as the girl's concerned, if need be, I am more than willing to place her under my protection if she feels the need to go to Elysium again. I would not want to pressure her, of course, but it would be a shame to never see her again there. She should make her way into our society.
Yes. And I appreciate your offer, Irene. If I am, if at some point I do accept, I hope it will be honored by the Keeper. It is not known well outside of our clan that we take our promises very seriously. More seriously than one would expect or understand.
Hmm. I would not claim to know and to fully understand your clan as sorry, moment. Yes, back. As I believe that you take a certain matter of pride in not being fully understood by those outside of your clan. But rest assured that the La Sombra also take promises, well, very seriously. I will speak to the keeper and ask for his reasoning and tell him that he is dealing with a precious friend of mine.
Thank you. Would you like to finish your tea?
Irene will again kind of inhale the scent and then just kind of place the cup back. Spring is coming.
Yes. It is.
What will happen next? She'll again kind of, gaze towards Amelie. I'm back to the Primogen, kind of scouting to see if, like, okay, does she know what I'm talking about?
It will have to be decided where she is to be, if at all.
That is quite a decision to make, I can can only guess.
The prince will understand. I think all will, one way or the other.
Will they?
They may not wish to.
Mhm.
But to be in denial of understanding is to still understand.
Mm. Well, it is her decision in the end.
And that is perhaps the saddest part of this story. It very much is not.
Really?
I'm sure you understand, Irene.
The decision has been made before. Has been made for her.
It is the parents that are trusted to make decisions for their children.
Until the time that the child is old enough to decide for themselves.
And sadly, she is far too young.
That is what they said of me.
True. But you are not Amelie.
True.
We will see.
Indeed.
I believe both of us want what was seen to not be. Not even they wish for that outcome.
I hope so.
Sometimes that is all that it takes.
Hope.
The scales of the future are not always tipped by action. But I am curious to see.
Aren't we all?
Well, the both of us are quite curious people,
Indeed.
a not so commendable trait of our society.
As they tell us.
Good evening, Amy. I hope you enjoy your tea.
And you, I hope you will have a pleasant night. I thank you for your presence. and your wisdom.
She nods to you, and will get up and leave. And her tea will be collected by Amelie. Hey, we haven't talked in a while. Hey.
Hey.
Hey. I enjoyed. Did she enjoy the tea?
I think she did.
Oh, that's good.
Did you pick it yourself?
She doesn't answer, but she clearly did.
It looks quite lovely.
Oh, thank you. I just wanted to, make sure she was happy and everything.
For as far as I know her, which is not very well at all, I think she was. Have
She
you been
sighs
happy?
and she looks incredibly relieved and joyous.
Have you been happy?
Yes. Well, knowing that my Primogen is happy, yes, I'm very, very happy. But the last few nights have been a bit weird. Madeleine saw me a bit earlier today. That was weird.
What did she wanted to know? Let me guess. Your Primogen told me about what happened in Elysium.
Yeah, Madeleine chased me out the building.
I see.
That was weird. And then kept chasing me until I, eventually just disappeared. And yeah, the keeper grabbed onto my hand really, really hard and then tried to bar me in. And that made me really nervous. And then I left. I don't really, well, I kind of know why, but it's not really, it's kind of, I don't think it was nice. And wasn't really fair, to be honest, if I'm being honest. I'm trying to be honest.
Then may I ask why?
I think, I came to court wanting to know, like, if everything was fine, because there was all these fires happening outside in the farmlands, and I kind of live out there, and, well, I kind of go there. I don't really live there anymore, but I go there, and I sometimes live there, but I stay there sometimes, and I haven't really been to court ever, so I was wondering if everything was okay, if I need to be worried if it's like a canine thing, or it's just a human thing, or do I need to move, or like all those hunters coming back and they're being really scary and like being bad to us again, and what I need to do, and if I need to like not go there again, and well, I found out I should be concerned because apparently um, Canaanites are disappearing around there, according to Al Qadir. That was weird, and the fires aren't helping. What was it? Was it I think, what did he say? I think it was a gangrel. I think he said gangrel disappearing. It was weird. And then they want to be
Did Sir Akadir tell you that Canaanites disappeared around Elysium?
No. It was I think it was outside of Odessa. I think it said outside of Odessa, and I'm like, well, is that here? Is it in the farmlands, or is it like somewhere else? Because that was really concerning. Because if it's happening in the farmlands, then I want to be really concerned. But I don't think they were.
I see.
No.
Yeah.
And then, oh, sorry, I'm interrupting. That's bad. I shouldn't do that.
It's
I'm
fine.
really
It's
sorry.
fine. Please go on.
Are you sure? Should I sit down? I should be waitressing.
You can sit if you want to.
Okay, she sits down. She just like gets on her knees. So that happened, and then it's and then I was like, I started to feel a little bit strange, and I'm like, is something happening? This is weird. I feel weird. I should probably go because I don't want to cause trouble. Because usually when I feel weird, bad stuff happens. So I decided to go, and then the keeper wanted to shake my hand. Then he shook my hand, and then I think he felt weird because. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I caused him to feel weird. I didn't do anything. I don't think so anyway. And he felt weird. And
Weird in what way, if I may ask?
well, he kind of just closed his eyes and grabbed my hand after. Well, we were handshaking, and then he stopped shaking my hand, just kind of held it in place. And I couldn't move, and I was trying to like break away, because I was obviously nervous. Because I'm like, why is this happening? Why does this always happen? Why do bad things always happen to me? I don't really like. I just want to. This is why I don't come to court, because bad things always happen to me when I'm around people, and I think he was seeing something because I have that effect on people sometimes. Um, they just react weirdly. I don't know if it's the eyes or if it's like something else. Um, People tend to act a little bit weird around me. Then he told someone to bar the door, and then Madeline. I mean that person chased me out for like 10 blocks, like for like a straight half hour before I managed to get away. I guess it's a really good thing that I don't get tired.
Indeed.
And then everything was fine, I guess.
Well, you are safe here, and as I said to your Primogen, if you wish to come to court again when you're ready, and if you want to, of course, I would not mind being your guide or host.
Um, if that means the keeper won't try and put me in a giant jail cell again, that would be nice.
I am almost positive that that would not be the case, and I will make sure that I will go talk to him.
Okay. She suddenly stops. I mean, I'm sorry. I've been really rude this whole time. My thanks, Lady Harpy,
Oh,
for
please,
your.
it's quite all right.
No, I should be polite about this.
Listen, to me, it's more important that the person I speak with is comfortable. It is my job as Harpy to know what's going on, and if you are uncomfortable in any way, then you won't tell me how you feel about things, and that is important to me. So please, address me as you would address a friend.
Are you sure I would not like to offend the good Lady Harpy?
No, you do not offend me at all. There is barely anyone who addresses me as Lady Harpy.
It's kind of a pause.
And I am all right with that.
A look of relief, slight blushing, and she says, "Okay, okay. As long as I'm not making, I'm not insulting you in any way. That's good. I
Irene
don't
will
want to insult
actually at
you
this
because that would, I don't want to disappoint the
Irene will actually hold out her hand at this point. It's like, I am Irene.
I'm Amelie, Clan Ravnos, and yeah, I just don't want to disappoint my Primogen. I don't want to do that. That would be
I mean, Irene will just shake her hand. And I am Irene. I am of Clan La Sombra, and I also do not wish to disappoint my Primogen.
okay. That's good because I would like for her to be happy with me.
that is how I feel about my Primogen as well. So don't worry.
Okay. Yes, that was, yeah, everything about Elysium was weird and awkward, and everybody started gathering around me because they think I'm weird, and then I'd left, and well, after the keeper tried to stop me, and that was weird and scary, and then I left. And yes, I should be safe here, but well, it's spring soon, so I don't know if how long. It's weird. I feel weird. Spring feels weird.
It does. Spring is coming indeed.
And then hmm.
And then things happen.
I think they will. I don't really know. Spring feels really strange to me, but I think something's going to happen in spring. My gut's telling me.
I agree with you. I think something is going to happen.
Hopefully it'll be okay.
I'm sure everything will be fine.
I hope so. I think everything will be fine.
Good.
I know the Primogen would never let me down, so she's
I am quite sure that there will be no harm to you.
she's always
She's around.
when you found me, she sheltered me, so
I know. In fact, it was her who asked us to find you. Did you know that?
yeah, she told me.
Good.
I'm her, yeah. I'm her daughter, so
Well, as long as you are happy, that is important.
I'm happy. The clan, like the Ravnos are very kind to me.
They
So
seem nice.
yeah, everybody looks after each other. It's really nice. And you got Durga, who kind of runs the caravan thing out of the caravans out of town, and she's really nice. And oh, she talked about you before actually. She really likes you, and you have the Scourge, and he everybody thinks he's scary, but I think he's really nice. He's really nice to me, and you got Li Hua, who's still a bit uptight, but she looks after me when the Primogen can't, because the Primogen's obviously very busy, so she can't always take care of me. So when she can't, Liwa takes care of me. And everybody just looks after each other, and I try to look after them if they ever need it. But they rarely do, because I'm just a fledgling. So
Even fledglings can look after their clanmates.
yeah, but they're way better at it than me. So
A fledgling does that differently, but they do look after their clanmates.
that's nice. She smiles.
It's
Yeah.
not been too long ago that I was a fledgling.
Oh wow, really? Well, actually, I didn't know that.
I was a fledgling when I found you.
Wow. Wow, that must have been pretty scary.
Finding
Like,
you? No.
yeah, I mean, well, didn't I almost stake you or something?
You did.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, by the way. I didn't mean to do that. Please don't hate me for that. That was the old me, and I didn't really understand what was going on. I didn't really mean to be such a jerk.
Why would I hit you for that?
because I stayed to you? That's bad. You shouldn't do that. That's mean. And that's. I could have seriously hurt you, and that I don't want to do that. I mean, I did at the time, but you know what I mean. I don't want to do it now.
That is true.
I regret it. I'm not like just pivoting to
That
like
is all
look
that
smart.
matters. That you don't want to do it now anymore.
Okay. Yeah.
Every one of us does some bad things, especially when they're young and they don't know what they're doing. We make mistakes.
Yeah.
That's why we are fledglings. We learn from them.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep up with like the whole everything that's going on. I'm actually just sticking with my clanmates right now. I showed up. They did want me to show up to court the one tunnel mine to see how I do, and I think I did okay until the keeper was like, "You didn't," and tried to hold on to me and imprison me. But then I think I did really badly. But at the same time, I couldn't really just stay there because that would have been a whole mess. And I think what would have happened next would have been really bad. So
Yes,
better that
I
I just
agree.
leave. But then, then he probably shouldn't have tried to keep me there to begin with. But I don't think he really understood that if I remained there, things would have gotten really bad. But then I guess, I don't know how everybody else felt. I don't think they would have appreciated being stuck there either, right?
I know I would not have been.
Yeah. I guess some of you could have probably just walked out because you're like really tough, or you can like turn into weird mist things. Mist. I know some of us can turn into mist. I can't do that. I'm bad at that.
Neither can I.
Yeah, apparently it's something like a lot of us can do, and they could have just not cared because it's a door. But I'm not good at like busting through doors. So yeah, I just kind of ran, and I was very lucky because someone tried to race me. It was like it was the doorkeeper, I think. Was, one of the keeper's friends, students, subordinates. I don't know. One of his followers tried to block the door, and I managed to get out in time. And then so did Madeleine, and Madeleine tried to chase me all the way down the street for like 10 blocks, and that was weird. But yeah, everything about that situation was weird, and I don't really know what happened after. I don't really want to know. I just don't really want to come back to court unless I know someone won't try and imprison me or like stake me or do terrible things, because that would be bad. That would be really bad, and then the rest of the clan would also get really mad about it. And I don't really want to be like the cause of a whole clan thing where everybody gets mad at each other and starts getting violent. I've already done enough violent things in my life. I'd rather not do more violent things or be like the cause of more violence. I'd rather just not be the center of attention. I really don't want to be the center of attention. I'm kind of done.
Well, I said I'll go talk to the keeper.
Yeah, I think
worry.
you're much better at being the center of attention than me. I don't like it. I'm bad at it.
Trust me, it is never my intention to be the center of attention.
You have a Galliard nature. That's a lie.
Yes, I know, I'm rolling subterfuge.
God damn it.
Wow.
Oh, you scored. I think that's enough successes that she can't beat it.
That is 5 successes. I'm so sad I don't have a specialty yet.
Oh, well, that must mean you're really good at it. Because no, because I mean I'm good at it, and I really am not. So, not to say that you're bad at being the center of attention, but because you're not. But yeah, yeah. If you could just make sure the keeper doesn't want to like take me away somewhere,
I will see what I can do.
because I know the Scourge doesn't. Scourge doesn't want to do that. He's fine. He thinks I'm okay. And the Primogen. I mean, no one should want to do that. I don't really understand why he seemed like why he seems so mad at me. I don't understand.
Neither do I, but I'll find out.
Okay. Thank you. I haven't waited on someone in 10 minutes. I should probably go. Bye.
I will not keep you from your duties.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
She gets up. Bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye. No problem.
Oh, I see that the good Lady Harpy is stolen you from us again.
Is what? Excuse me?
Shadid is talking to Amelie. I see that the good Lady Harpy is stolen you from us.
Erin will just, glance at Omar.
He's oh ho ho so jovial and lovely because I watch it. He laughs and she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I'll take your plates and thank you very much. Sorry for taking so long. And she runs off to the kitchen. And yeah, I think that's where we can end our scene. Thank you, Purple. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you all next time. Bye. 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 Bye.